Thanks, guys. Brittany, you might get the door. Guys, as usual, just motion to me if you have a question, and we'll go around once and then come back for follow-ups. Adam, you want the first crack?
Greg, you guys like to make it dramatic. You take a positive out of this? You were able to come back? What's the message?
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was just talking about with the team. You end up being really proud of them, the way they fought back and the way they were determined to get something out of the game. But the other side is you're disappointed that we're in that position in the first place. And, we're on the sideline celebrating a tying goal when, we should have been in a different position. So in one way, the way the effort the guys put in was exceptional to get back into the game, and they kept going and kept going and kept going. And I'm really proud of that. I'm a little bit disappointed, I think, with the urgency in the first half of playing at home and really wanted to stamp your game on the opponent, really take it to them. We missed that in the second half. I thought it was better.
Some that you missed penalty?
Excuse me?
The missed penalty, do you think that contributed a little bit?
No, not really. I don't know. I mean, it's never a nice moment to miss a penalty, but I wouldn't say that's that's the reason why. Because I think from minute one, when was the missed penalty? Anyone know? 11, 12 minutes. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, I think that we just didn't come out with enough tempo. Our game wasn't fast enough. The passes were a little bit off, and in the second half, you see, 91% passing accuracy. It's pretty good. Pretty good, not bad.
You talked a little bit about that lack of urgency.
Yeah.
Bringing up the Dell and
Yeah.
finishing. Well, what were you aside from a tying goal? What
Right.
were you looking for with that move, with those couple of moves?
A tying goal. I mean, that was it. We know Ethan. You guys know we've been communicating all week about the plan to kind of rotate guys through, so it wasn't a surprise that we had a different look today and different guys in. And the idea was to rest Ethan and get him ready for Saturday. And we needed him though. He's making plays right now, and he's vital to this group. So we needed him. He came in and he made a play.
How would you rate Dominic Ladero's performance? He had a couple chances, specifically the one through ball that got deflected. But,
Yeah.
what did you see out there in place of Hyder?
Well, again, the second half is where Dom was more active and more urgent and more direct, and that's what we look for in him, and that's his game. His game is that explosiveness, and so I think the second half I'm certainly pleased with his performance.
What did you make of Bernie at fullback, and how would you compare it to what Hector did at right back?
I mean, Bernie was close to my man of the match in terms of what he did at left back, having never played there before, and he just kept going. And we were telling him, just keep going, and he did. And he made a couple great moves, had a couple great crosses, but really put a lot of pressure on them, especially in the second half.
With this being a midweek game and the weather being what it was, do you contribute any of the sluggish, sloppy first half to that, or a combination of the two?
Yeah, it's well, I wouldn't say the weather. The weather was perfect. I mean, if you ask any soccer players, that's the weather you want to play in, right? Not too warm, a little bit wet. I mean, that's soccer weather. So I wouldn't say that. What I'd say midweek had something to do with it, and then I'd say that the team doesn't have full confidence yet. Not yet, but right now, we're lacking a little bit of confidence, and you see when they throw all that out the window and they play, you see how good that group is. And that's what we're expecting.
Adam.
Going out with hamstring?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about it?
No, I didn't see what. I mean, he made a through run and then came up limp or came up holding his hamstring, and we had to take him out.
What do you think his replacement? He was pretty effective.
He did good. I mean, that's what we want from him as well. Dynamic, taking chances, wanting the ball, not being afraid to get the ball, because he's another talented guy. And it's not easy for these guys when they come in and they haven't got much playing time, but I think he made the best of that opportunity tonight.
You
Absolutely. Nope, just that.
How did you think the guys that were rotated in did in general? I know you talked about a couple of them specifically, but you mentioned, I believe, that you learned from last time not rotated. Did you think this time you got more activity out of the fresh guy?
Well, I'll say that we certainly wouldn't have been able to sustain that effort in the second half if it would have been the same exact group from Saturday's game. So from that standpoint, it paid off. Having guys that can keep going. I mean, Bernie was still tired, but he kept going and kept going. Imagine now he played 90 minutes on Saturday. I don't think he would have been able to do that. So I think, from that standpoint, it was good.
Do you have your arms around this team yet? Like, it's about it, or is it as simple as what you said about when they just play, look how good they are? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. It's a little, it's difficult. I think that this group has a lot in them, and part of it is getting them to believe in themselves. And we haven't had one team have more possession than us this year at all. So our passing accuracy is the highest in the league. Our passing, there's a lot of good things there, and these guys just need to believe in themselves, and then they'll be fine. This is a group with a lot of talent, a lot of ability, and we just need to have that confidence.
Can you talk a little bit about Josh Williams' performance? It seems like those crosses getting more and more accurate each time he launches one in.
Well, again, he's another guy. He's another guy. When you look at the second half he played, that's him, right? I mean, that's what we know he can do. And you tell him. I told him. I said, in front of the group, I said, Josh, the second half is what you are, and you can do that every game. And again, it's getting him to believe that, it's getting the consistency. But the crosses were great in the second half. The getting forward, the movement, all that stuff was really good.
You just mentioned the confidence of the team, and earlier this week you were telling us how you thought the atmospheres of Portland and Toronto may have affected your team. What are your early thoughts then ahead of what could be a similar atmosphere at FedEx on Saturday in front of a larger crowd?
We're excited. I think it's going to be a great. You get to play in one of these Road to Brazil matches, high-profile match, and it's exciting. I think that we're lucky to be able to take part in that, and FedEx Field will be a nice stadium, hopefully a big crowd. I think it'll be fun.
Attinella made obviously big saves to keep you guys scoreless for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
Talk about his play, and obviously he's the backup to remind you.
Yeah.
You don't see him too much, but
No.
he was probably player of the match.
Yeah, he was good. He was good, and I kind of like it when their goalie is the man of the match, because it says we're doing a lot offensively, and specifically in the second half, the pressure we put on him, and the shots and the movement was good.
Last question,
What's the severity of the Wayne injury?
No, I would expect him to be out on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, he's. I mean, I would say that if it wasn't serious, there's no way we'd get him off that field. This guy loves to be on the field. So, my guess is Saturday, there's no chance he's playing.